is always going to happen as long as the insects are in the game, because that's their special ability. And competition, as long as the arachnids are in the game, there's always going to be at least 1 point of competition because they get a free one. And we'll cover those in a second. Yeah, the spiders are pretty aggressive. The only time that you do not have a choice on whether to do something is when it comes to domination. Once somebody takes their pawn off here and chooses an area to score, I want to score here. And what we do is we leave the pawn here because no tile can be scored more than once during a turn. So once that's been chosen, if somebody has their dominance cone there, that person must choose a card and must enact that card. They have no option.
The person with dominance chooses the cards.
Exactly.
But it may not be the person that chose that
Absolutely.
tile.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is scored on the number of species you have, but you may not have dominance in there.
True.
Okay.
Absolutely. And that is one of the hardest things that people seem to have a problem with is, well, I'm scoring a lot of points, but I don't have dominance there. Well, it's two different area majority things. Points is number of cubes in the space, and dominance is number of matches on the available elements. That's it. After we go through all of that, then we hit the reset phase. The first thing that happens is we check for extinction. If you have a species on a tile and you have no matches, they die. The next thing that we check for is survival. Whoever has the most species on the tundra tiles gets this card, which will get them bonus points. If there's a tie, nobody gets it. And nope, food chain order will not break it. In addition to that, in terms of dominance, food chain order means nothing. If there's a tie, nobody has dominance. What this card does for you is you will gain bonus VPs, which means you use this chart. And if you occupy, the number of tundra tiles that you occupy is the base for your bonus points. So if you occupy 6 tundra tiles, you're going to score 21 points. That's a lot. Right, Eric?
Yep. I've never seen that happen.
Once survival is done, then we go to the reseed. Reseeding is we flip up any tiles we need. We make new cards available. Anything left over here, or here will be removed, and anything that needs to slide will slide, and then we will start the turn anew.
Do you understand the matching thing? Of how you determine how strong you are on a tile?
I like it.
It's not based on a number of species cubes. It's based on the number of greens that you can match up.
Let's assume that this was an actual hex in the actual game. You're white. You have 4 there. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think actually I would die, but this is an example. And so would the spiders. So
well, during the extinction, I can migrate dude off there.
You would have downs here because you have the most matches here. Like if I had water and I only had 1 water, then I would have 2, and you would have 4. So you're dominant there. So if you came down here and had a domination, a counter on the domination thing, this is where scoring happens. You're like, I'll pick this hex here. Number 1, you are dominating, so you get to control a card that comes off of this hex. This has everything to do with cards and nothing to do with scoring. The cubes have everything to do with scoring. So in this instance, if you had a 3rd guy there, like I guess I can just use you there, then you would get points for the first in Savannah, which would be 7. Then I would get 2 points, and then red would get 2, etc., etc. If there's a tie, we do go by food chain order. Okay. For point purposes. So in this instance, I, being the top of the food chain in this game, would win the tie and score 7 points. But the thing is that you get to play a card, and it happens immediately. And that's bad a lot of the time for us. So you want to, It's a fine balance. Like, you might be able to sneak in on some of these hacks and know they're going to score some points off of that, and you want to pick ones that you're going to score off of. Now, I will say, can you pull the Ice Age card down really quick? I thought it should be in the bottom of the deck. There are several major scoring areas in the game. Okay, one is the survival card. Periodically, people are going to lay tundras, and it's not going to matter a whole lot. But when there's, like here, they're all connected somehow. They look like this, okay? And people start jumping on them. Near the end of the game, there's going to be 6 or 7 of these out there, more than likely, depending on how we do it. Okay, that's worth 21 and 28 points if you control a bunch of them. That's huge.
Yeah, one thing I didn't understand was the final scoring, because it's not very explanatory in the book, in my mind.
So hold on, I'll if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We can tag team. You eat your chili. So the Tundra tiles will exchange hands, or it's a war zone essentially. Okay, it's very important that the Tundra tiles are considered in factoring in these bonus points here. The second most important phase is the Ice Age card. When whoever pulls the Ice Age card, you score bonus VPs based on this track. 1 point for 1, 3 points for 2, etc., all the way down, based on the number of tiles that you dominate. So, if I have mad cones all over the place, okay, let's say, abstractly, that's the number of tiles that I dominate. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 36 points. That's huge, okay? This is huge. Game swinging huge. So you want to try to set yourself up so that on the turn when Ice Age is going to come out, which is the last card in the deck, to set yourself up so that you have plenty of dominance cones. When whoever grabs the Ice Age, if you're not the one who grabs it. Because that's big. 36 points is a huge swing in a game like this. When people are winning by like 150 points, 36 points is, a significant amount. Contrast that with the Tundra, which is like 15, 21 points. So you tie the Ice Age bonus and the Tundra bonus, it's 50 points. That's like a third of your total victory points.